everybody, and welcome to the third installment of MBHL On the Ball for the winter 2015 season. I'm Matthew LaFleur-Harewood. We've just passed the halfway mark of the season as teams gear up for the final push to make the playoffs. We have 5 games to get to, so let's get right into the action. Our first game comes from the N League where GK Fluff takes on St. Louis Savage. GK Fluff and St. Louis Savage sit 2nd and 3rd in the standings, tied at 12 points each, but GK Fluff have 6 wins compared to St. Louis Savage's 5. GK Fluff is looking for their 3rd straight win, while St. Louis Savage are looking to extend their unbeaten streak to 7 games. St. Louis Savage won the first meeting between these two teams earlier this season.
We start this game off deep in GK Fluff zone. Venaro Foic intercepts the pass, cuts into the slot, and beats Steph Vio glove side to give St. Louis Savage the 1-0 lead. GK Fluff will tie the game on the power play. Sam Chung jars the ball loose from the corner and rolls nicely to An Tran, who tees up a howitzer from the slot to beat Emmanuel Trakakis, high blocker. Moments later, Andy Vo makes a sweet move to get around one defender but can't beat Vio with his shot. St. Louis Savage play with the man advantage with 10 minutes left in the period. Runman Mea's first shot is blocked, but Ryan Subra grabs the rebound. His pass into the slot hits the defender and beats Trakakis from behind the net to re-establish the St. Louis Savage 1-goal lead. Still in the first, Mea breaks in alone on Vio and tries to beat him on the backhand, but the netminder makes the save. With 30 seconds left in the first period, GK Fluff wins the faceoff, and Rich Chung's point shot goes off Patrick Lee's face and into the net to tie the game at 2. Lee would be alright. Now in the second period, the initial point shot goes wide, but Trakakis has to be quick on his feet to make the second save off the rebound, getting there just in time to stone Will Shen. Here's another look. Back at the other end, Vio makes 2 big saves back-to-back to preserve the tie after Henry Lee coughs up the ball deep in his own zone. Still in GK Fluff's zone and with 10:30 remaining, Subra makes his way behind the net and feeds a perfect pass to Mea in the slot for the easy tap-in. St. Louis Savage regain the lead. St. Louis Savage look to extend their lead with 4 minutes remaining in the period. Mea's shot is stopped and Foic shoots the rebound just wide of the post. No harm, no foul, as they would end up winning the game 3-2. Foic, Subra, and Mea each had a goal and an assist in the game. St. Louis Savage improved to 6-1-2 on the season, while GK Fluff fall to 6-4. Vio was the busier of both goalies, having faced 25 shots compared to just 13 for Trakakis.
We move to the D-League for our second game to find Sharpshooters going head-to-head with another GK affiliate, GK Lite. Sharpshooters entered this game sitting 5th in the standings despite not having lost once this season, going 4-0-3 in their first 7 games. GK Lite are in 2nd with a 5-2-2 record. The last time these two teams met, they played to a 2-2 tie.
This game starts in Sharpshooter's zone. Emmanuel Erden loses the ball behind the net. Sean Ellis takes 2 cracks at the loose ball, beating Jimmy Gallinopoulos high glove side to give GK Lite the early lead. Back at the other end, Yannick Peltier loses his battle with Chris Brown in the corner, but Daniel Trong makes the save. With GK Lite on the power play, Eric Payet taps the ball past the last line of defense and turns on the Jets. He goes backhand to forehand to beat Trong in tight to tie the game at 1-1. Sharpshooters take the lead with 9 minutes remaining in the first. Dave Shipman works his way behind the net and makes a beautiful pass to Dave Gallagher, who gets enough of it to beat Trong blocker side. GK Lite look to strike back moments later. The initial shot goes wide of the net, but Dino Papulas sends another in the crowd, and somehow Gallinopoulos manages to keep the ball out. Sharpshooters look to add to their lead before the end of the period. The initial 2-on-1 is broken up by great defensive play, but Sharpshooters regain control of the ball and find Gallagher alone at the side of the net, but Trong makes an absolutely ridiculous save to keep this game tied at 2. Wow. Now in the second period, Schnorkamp grabs the ball in the slot, spins into the corner, and finds Brown, who rotated into the slot, who beats the GK Lite goalie with a sweet snapshot. It's 3-1 Sharpshooters. Off the ensuing faceoff, Martin Brière breaks into the zone and gets around one defender. He sends the ball to the net, and once again, the Sharpshooters netminder finds a way to cover up the ball. GK Lite keep up the pressure in Sharpshooters zone, but Gallinopoulos keeps turning aside every shot, including this one against Koing Win. Sharpshooters put the final nail in the coffin with 90 seconds left in the game when Nikhil Raghunathan finds Gallagher in the slot, who tees up a one-timer to beat Trong for his second goal of the game and give his team the 4-1 victory. Both Gallagher and Shipman finished the game with 2 points apiece. With the win, Sharpshooters remain undefeated in 8 games this season, while GK Lite fall to 5-3-2. Both goalies faced 23 shots in the game, with Gallinopoulos getting the upper hand on Trong.
We head back to the N League for our third game of the night where Los Pollos Hermanos face off with GRNR. Los Pollos Hermanos and GRNR hold the 9th and 8th positions respectively, with identical 1-5-1 records and almost identical goals for and against. The similarities continue, whereas both teams are coming off their first wins of the season and will look to register points in 2 consecutive games.
We start this game with GRNR on the attack. Johnny Hines' shot is stopped by Tony De Mateus, who covers up before Sim Kang can grab the rebound. GRNR keeps pressing later in the period. Evan McCurdy's initial shot is stopped, but Los Pollos Hermanos can't clear the zone. McCurdy will get a second crack at it, and Adam Rotundo gets just enough of it in front to beat De Mateus to give GRNR the 1-0 lead. Now in GRNR's zone, Los Pollos Hermanos get their first good chance when Peter Psycharis redirects the ball just wide of the net. Back the other way, Rotundo leads a 2-on-1 with McCurdy, but McCurdy can't redirect the ball past De Mateus as the ball jumps over his stick at the last second. Rotundo was everywhere for GRNR in the first period, this time making a sweet move to get around one defender, but his shot goes high and wide. Now early in the second period, Billy Raptis wins his battle in the corner. TJ Pratialis then finds Michael Koklas streaking into the slot, who one-times it past Alex Belhassan to tie the game at 1. More from McCurdy and Rotundo in the second period. This time, McCurdy feeds Rotundo in the slot, but De Mateus pokes the ball away. A bad turnover behind Los Pollos Hermanos' net leads to a great chance for Nick Ouellet in the slot, but he rings his shot right off the post. That close to regaining the lead. Late in the second period, Los Pollos Hermanos attack 3-on-1. Psycharis opts to shoot, Belhassan makes the save, and the rebound gets cleared out of harm's way. Belhassan continues to impress in front of his net, making the clutch save against Raptis up close. With 4 minutes left in the game, Los Pollos Hermanos put the pedal to the metal trying to get the go-ahead goal. But when it's not Belhassan making the saves, it's a collective effort from the GRNR players to block shots and keep the score tied at 1. And that's the way the game would finish. Both Los Pollos Hermanos and GRNR will have to settle for the 1 point from the tie. They both still boast the same 1-5-2 records in the standings and remain tied. Both goalies were stellar in nets, with De Mateus turning aside 24 of 25 and Belhassan 15 of 16.
We stay in the N League for a 4th game to see Smoking Aces versus Snipers. Smoking Aces are 7th in the overall standings with a 1-4-2 record, while Snipers are in 4th with 4 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. Smoking Aces are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, while Snipers will look to regain their winning ways after losing their last game. They played to a 1-1 tie in their only previous meeting this season.
We start this game in Smoking Aces zone, but not for long. Dan McManaman and Kyle Stork break out on a 2-on-none, but Ryan Figueroa breaks up the pass and ends the threat. Smoking Aces lead another odd man rush moments later. This time, Marco Del Gaudio steps into the slot and tees up an absolute laser, beating Figueroa low blocker side. Smoking Aces lead 1-0. Moments later, Daniel Davila makes his way into the attacking zone. His first pass is stopped and he decides to shoot, forcing Figueroa to make the acrobatic stick save to make sure the ball doesn't cross the line. Fast forward to the end of the first period. Eric Bouchal's point shot goes wide, but Daniel Figueroa grabs the rebound and beats Ryan Atkinson, who couldn't get back in position in time. Game is tied at 1. Just 1 minute into the second, Snipers on the power play. Carhung Tom is patient with the ball in the corner before feeding Bouchal with a perfect cross-ring pass, beating the stretched out Atkinson for a 2-1 lead. Just 3 minutes later, off a face-off win in the Snipers zone, Figueroa stops Joseph Jololian's initial shot, but Del Gaudio bats in the rebound to tie things up back at 2. This seesaw battle continues. Smoking Aces keep up the pressure midway through the period. Buzzing around Figueroa's net, no one can seem to beat the sniper's netminder, including Davila, who tries a cheeky between-the-leg shot that goes just high over the net. A nice move that almost gave them the lead. With just over 6 minutes remaining, Bouchard finds Figueroa and heads to the slot. Figueroa's shot hits Bouchard and trickles in past Atkinson. The goalie could do nothing on the goal. Snipers take 3-2 lead. Smoking Aces put the pressure in the dying moments of the period and crash Figueroa's net. Davila throws the ball in the front of the net and a scramble ensues, but the ball never passes the goal line and Snipers end up winning this one 3-2. Bouchard had a point on every single Snipers goal, finishing with 2 goals and 1 assist. Lagodio and Jalolian each had 2 points for Smoking Aces. Snipers improved to 5-3-2, while Smoking Aces dropped to 1-5-2. Atkinson faced 24 shots compared to 19 for Figueroa.
Our 5th and final game of the night comes from the F-League, where Power Rangers go head-to-head with Dream Killers. Power Rangers are last in the standings, starting the season 0-4-4, while Dream Killers hold down the 7th position with a 3-2-3 record. Both teams have lost their last game and hope to get a big 2 points in the standings. They played to a 3-3 tie earlier this season.
We start this game with a brutal turnover in Dream Killer's zone. Seb Ferron collects the ball in the corner and feeds Steven Labrosse in the slot, but goalie Maxime Leblanc makes a big pad save to repair his team's mistake. A save worth a second look. Fast forward to the second period. Simon Charette pokes the ball past the last line of defense and breaks in alone. He tries to go 5-hole, but Philippe Croteau denies him. Back at the other end, Power Rangers attack on an odd man rush. Labrosse's first shot misses wide, but goes straight to Yann Ferron, who can't put the ball into the empty net. A missed opportunity that may haunt him in his sleep. He can't believe it. With 10 minutes gone in the period, Dream Killers open up the scoring. JP Sinecal's initial shot goes far wide. Adamu Michele picks up the ball in the corner and finds Senecal, who is streaking into the front of the net for the one-timer. Dream Killers lead 1-0. Power Rangers look to reply moments later. They force a turnover to Gabriel Croteau, who sees Leblanc make the first stop before denying Francis Bouchard on the doorstep. 2 big saves from the Dream Killer goalie to preserve the 1-goal lead. Not to be outdone by his net-minding counterpart, Croteau makes his biggest save of the night when he goes cross-crease and makes the barrel roll save on Phil Basile at the side of the net. A ridiculous save to keep his team in the game. That save would seem to spark the Power Rangers, as moments later on an odd-man rush, Olivier Vezina beats Leblanc with a well-placed one-timer to tie this game back up at 1. More from Croteau, who's having a monster game. This time, he comes across his crease to deny none other than Basile, who sees his backhand pop off of Croteau's right pad. Another big-time save at a big-time moment. Moments later, François Beaune leads an odd-man rush and finds Charles Beaune between the 2 Ds for a nice redirect past Leblanc that would prove to be the game winner. Power Rangers take it 2-1. The win marks the first in 9 games for Power Rangers this season, who now have a 1-4-4 record. The loss drops Dream Killers to a 3-3-3 record. A true goalie duel in this game, with Croteau getting the edge over Leblanc, stopping 21 of 22 shots. And now, for the highlight of the night. For that, we go back to the last game where Philippe Croteau makes his biggest save of the night when he goes cross-crease and does a barrel roll save on Phil Basile at the side of the net. A ridiculous save that earns him the highlight of the night.
That's it for another episode of MBHL On The Ball. We hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for the next episode when we start covering the Winter 2015 playoffs. Until then, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Matthew Leffler Harewood wishing you a great day.